Hi and welcome back to The Books Are Everywhere. So, hello, welcome to my second ever edition of my TBR game, TBR Mini Golf. If you want to see the first edition of this, which was from my July TBR, you can watch that. I will put it in the descriptions below and I will put the playlist in the descriptions below. I will go through the rules in a little bit, but you can go and watch that first video if you want to see the rules in there as well. I probably explain them in a little bit more detail, but I thought we would just start with how I did on my July TBR. We are on the 28th of the month, so we are nearing the end of the month, and I haven't finished my July TBR yet. However, I am very, very close, so I will take you through in no particular order which books I got and how I got on with them this month. So in my July edition of this game, I got shortest book, and for that I chose Weathering With You by Makoto Shinkai, the first volume of the manga, which was about 190 pages, I think. And me and Mark also body read The Great Gatsby. I ended up reading both of these purely because I wasn't sure if Mark wanted to body read this in July, and by the time I'd picked this one out as well, I wanted to read it, so it was nice to have an excuse to pick it up. So I read both of these ones and I really enjoyed both of them. Gatsby got 4 stars and Weathering I think got 5 stars. I absolutely loved it, and it was nice to read a manga as well to kick off the month, so that was for the shortest book on my physical TBR. I also got Odd Page Number, in which I chose Written in the Stars by Aisha Saeed. This one ended up being very different to what I expected, but I really, really enjoyed it. And it was a little under 300 pages, and I blasted through it in a day, which I was very impressed with myself for. And yeah, I really liked this one. I think I haven't reviewed it yet, but I think I'm going to give this one 4 stars as well. And then I got Favourite Author, in which I chose The Last Beginning by Lauren James. I read The Next Together years ago, and this gave me an excuse to finally read kind of the second book in the series, but also follows the people from The Next Together's daughter. So it's very, very far in the future from the first book, so I managed to read this one without kind of reading any of the first book again or reading any kind of wrap-ups or anything of the first one. I just dived straight into this one and I really enjoyed this. I gave it 4 stars in the end. I then got Pink Book, in which I chose The 24-Hour Cafe by Libby Page. I know this is kind of like a pinky red colour, but I read The Lido by Libby Page last year and loved it, so I was very excited to finally read this one. This is a proof copy from when it came out last year, and I honestly love this book so much, and I gave it 4.5 stars. I then picked out New Author, in which I chose Law by Alexandra Bracken, which is my current read. I am about 140 pages through this, and I definitely need to speed up my reading to finish this and another book by the end of the month. But I am enjoying this one so far. I chose it because I've never read Alexandra Bracken's work before, and yeah, I'm finding it really interesting. And the last prompt I picked out was Second Hand, in which I chose The Maze Runner, which was given to me by my brother and was kind of the closest thing I had to a second-hand book that I could find there and then. So I chose this one. It is very, very yellow with age, and I haven't read it yet. I'm going to start it by the end of the month, definitely, but my only forfeit if I don't finish it in July is that I finish it in August, so that's fine. It just carries on to the next month. Obviously the danger being I end up with like loads carrying on month by month and end up with loads on my TBR one month, but I think I'll be fine. I think even if I don't manage to finish this by the end of the month, I'll at least start it and that'll be okay. So yeah, I'm going to finally read this series. So that brings me on to what I kind of want from August TBR. I don't have any obligations to read anything or anything I particularly want to get to. Obviously there's a lot on my TBR I would love to get to soon, but honestly I would just like to pick out some prompts that would fit either the Scorched Trials or maybe the 3rd book in the series or the prequel, so I can just get these off my TBR in August and fulfill some prompts from this TBR game. So I'm going to try and fit some prompts to the other books in the Maze Runner series to finally read them. So now I will take you on to how this game works a little bit. Obviously it is mini golf. I have a little mini golf set, which you will see in a second, and I have 4 kind of different holes, and all of those holes have a prompt attached to the back of them, and all I needed to do is hit the ball into those holes, and they will have prompts on them for me to complete. I will do this 5 times every month, so I'll get 5 books every month from this at least. And I have 5 goes to get it in the hole. So if I don't get the ball in the hole, any holes in that 5 goes, then I have to add a book to my TBR. and then I'll be doing like 6 books or 7 books this month, but hopefully I won't have to do that. There is a little perk that if I do get 3 hole-in-ones throughout the game, it doesn't have to be in a row necessarily, then I will be able to swap one of my books out. If I don't really want to do that prompt or don't want to read that book particularly, then I can swap that one out, so that's a little bit of a perk. But yeah, I think let's get into the game. I do need to add another prompt to the orange hole because obviously that was the last one we chose last month, so let's choose a new prompt for that. So without showing this to myself, the prompt that I'm going to put on there is this one. I hope you can see that okay, so I'm going to go and add that to the orange one and then we will start the game. Okay, we are ready, the holes are ready, the prompts are on the holes, I have Goodreads open to pick my books, and let's get started. Okay, so this is for the first book, 1 of 5, and I have 5 goes to get a hole in this round, so let's give it a go. So I don't know whether to try that again because it didn't quite go in. I think I'm going to try it again. Let's count that as 1 go, and let's try it again. Okay, so we've gone straight into orange, which is the one that I just put a prompt on, so let's see what the prompt says. So the prompt off orange is 1-word title. I'm going to have a look through my TBR and decide which book I would like to read. So I'm very excited to be picking Afterlove by Tanya Byrne. I actually didn't have many 1-word books on my TBR at all, so I'm very happy that this one came up because I really want to read it soon. And this one only came out on the 22nd of July, even though my proof copy does say June on it. But yeah, I'm very excited to read this one, and all I know about this one is I think it's about a girl who dies in kind of a tragic accident and her girlfriend wants to kind of get her back or get in communication with her or something. So that is the first pick for today, 1 out of 5. So let's replace the prompt on orange. So the prompt I'm going to put on orange is this very big one here, so hopefully you can see that, and let's try again. Okay, so we're going for book 2. I want to aim for a different one than orange this time. I feel like orange is a really easy one to get in. So I'm going to aim for like blue or green, I think. Whoa, that went right over blue. Okay, so that's like 1 of 5 goes in this round. And I missed green as well. Okay, I got it through green that time, so let's see what's on that prompt. So this prompt is special edition. I have at least one idea for this one, but I'm going to have a quick look at my TBR before I decide. So the book I'm going to choose for special edition is The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joanne He. This is kind of like a climate change ecological thriller, from what I understand, that follows 2 sisters, and this is the Owl Crate special edition, which is why I chose it. Really love this cover. The original one was the same but like with grey in the sky, and I really liked the Owl Crate one, so I decided to pick it up. I've heard such good things about this and I really want to read it, which is why I can't wait to put it on my TBR. So let's replace the prompt that was on green. And the prompt that is going to go on the one that was on green is this one, so let's pop it on there. And so we have 2 books, we got 3 to go, that's 4, 3 to go, so let's try again. Okay, it went straight through blue that time, so that's I think it's the first hole-in-one we've had, so if I do get hole-in-ones in the next 3, I can swap out a book, but honestly I'm so happy with what I've got right now, so let's see what that says. So the prompt on there is a book you've had for over a year. I have had a lot of books for over a year, so it's not going to be hard to pick one out, but I will have a quick look at my TBR and let you know. So I have chosen to go with This Is Where It Ends by Marie K. Nijkamp. I think I've had this one since October 2019. I think this was a birthday gift, possibly from Alex. Sorry Alex, I can't remember, but I think it was from Alex. But this one I think is a good one to pick because it is a thriller and it's very short and I've heard it's very quick to get through. It's also been on my TBR, according to Goodreads, since 2016, and then I've had it since October 2019, so nearly 2 years. So it's definitely a good one to go for to finally get off my TBR. I think this is set in like 1 hour or 1 day over the course of a school shooting. I'm pretty sure it is only set over an hour. Yeah, so it says told from 4 different perspectives over the span of 54 harrowing minutes. Terror reigns as one student's calculated revenge turns into the ultimate game of survival. I've heard mixed things about this, but I really like the idea that it's set over an hour with different characters. It sounds kind of similar to something like Karen M. McManus's books, like Two Can Keep a Secret or One of Us is Lying, so definitely excited to read this one finally and have an excuse to read it. So next, to replace the prompt that was on blue, let's go for this one. So this is this prompt here, so I'm going to put that on there and let's carry on with the game. So I have 2 more books to pick. Okay, I'm going to go for the kind of turquoisey one on the end because we haven't aimed there yet, so let's see how this goes. It missed, but it was so close. I feel like this one's a really annoying one to try and aim for because I just end up getting them there. I missed again. I think I'm going to aim somewhere else because I feel like I'm not going to get it in there. Okay, we've gone for the other green one and I'm going to see what prompt is on there. I just decided to do that because I only had 1 shot left and I didn't want to miss it again. So let's see what the green one says. So the green prompt is longest book, which is very daunting, but I think the longest book on my TBR is actually one I really need to read. So if it is the right one, I will show you. So actually the longest book on my TBR isn't the one I thought it was. I thought it was Emperor the Vampire, which I really need to read before September and would like to get onto this TBR. But anyway, the one that is actually the longest is House of Earth and Blood or Crescent City by Sarah J Maas. Why not? This has been hanging around on my TBR for a while because I thought it was kind of, it is the start of a new series and I would like to read them kind of together. But with the new one coming out in January, why not just read it now? I am excited to read this. I do love Sarah J Maas. This is the only book I haven't read by her, so it will be nice to finally read it. And it is the longest book on my TBR, which is over 800 pages. But also I'm not too daunted because I read A Court of Silver Flames in like 2 days. So it's probably a pretty good one really. But anyway, I'm just going to pick another one to go on green. And I'm going to pick this one, so I will put that one on green and we will try again. So for the last book on here, I am going to try and go for that turquoisey one on the end again and we will see how it goes this time. We got it first time! That was much better than the first time I tried to do that. So let's see which one that is. Oh, this is interesting. This one is romance. Okay, this could cover a wide variety of books. So I'm going to pick one. This is the last book on this TBR and then we will wrap it up. So for this one, I'm going to go with Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson. As far as I know, this is like a sapphic romance at a music festival, so it just feels like one I really should get to in summer, which is why I decided to put this one on my TBR over others, because it's summer, it's still summer till the end of, I don't know, August, September, wherever you think fall starts, I don't know. But I feel like this would be a good one to read while we are still in August. So that is the end of my mini golf game round 2. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want more, then please go and check out the first video. But let's just quickly go through the ones that I picked today. So the first prompt we had was one word title, in which I went for Afterlove by Tanya Byrne, which I have a proof copy of and need to get to soon and I'm so excited for. And then we had Special Edition, in which I went for The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joanne He, which I'm very excited for as well and I've heard really, really good things about. And then I got Book You've Had for Over a Year, in which I chose This Is Where It Ends by Marieke Nijkamp, which is a thriller set over an hour. And then I got Longest Book, which is Crescent City or House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J Maas, which I'm very excited to read and I'm quite happy about, even though it's really long. And the final one I got was Romance, in which I chose Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson. I loved You Should See Me in a Crown as well, so I'm very excited to read all of these, honestly. I feel like I've had a really, really good TBR out of this and I'm very excited, not too daunted by them, because I feel like other than this, they're going to be very quick reads. I think even this will be quite a quick read considering how long it is. So yeah, I'm quite excited for this TBR in all honesty. There is only 5 books on there, so I'm not, yeah, feeling good about this TBR. So that is it for this edition, the August edition of the TBR game. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Please let me know in the comments if you do enjoy these videos, and give it a like as well if you do enjoyed it. And to see more videos like this, including my other monthly TBRs, when I play this game as well, weekly vlogs, other book discussions, all of those kind of things, please subscribe to the channel to see more, and I will see you next time. Bye!